Welcome to my energy update, my first one of 2023. As you can see, I'm not in my office in Cape Town. I'm actually still at the coast. I am absolutely, it is so hot here. I'm in Plettenberg Bay and it is so hot. It's hotter than Egypt actually right now. Oh my God, I'm just like melting. So I'm gonna try and do this video super quick because I might just evaporate. So I'm gonna dive in and say, Happy New Year, y'all. Is it happy though? Is it happy? That's what this video is all about. Are you feeling the vibes? If you are, blessings, thank you, awesome. Because there is a collective of us that have really anchored those divine joy bliss codes, very much vibing in the new timeline, the highest timeline that's being spoken of. But then there's a big portion of us which are real powerful shadow workers. I'm being one of them. You're another one. If you're watching this and going, yeah, I feel like a bag of shit too, then it's exactly where you're meant to be. Because when you understand what your role is, what your mission and your purpose is in life, and kind of you have a good idea of what your skill sets are, then you will understand where you're working and why. I have so many of my friends go, I don't know what's wrong with you, Marie. I don't get like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm always over here doing this and I'm okay. But like, I just get smacked all the time. And it's because I'm a shadow worker. I go into those deep, dark corners and I unpack stuff, much to my distaste. I shan't lie. I'm going to actually speak to my guides and say, listen, can I have a little bit of a job transfer because I'm kind of done with this now. I want to be Team Sparkles, right? So I am. I'm actually going to ask for that, and I'm going to shift my job position, you know. But this is what I'm saying. We all have different jobs and we all experiencing different things differently for a reason when we're going through these massive shifts. So if you think about a business and a company, you know, you're going to have an accountant, you're going to have a salesperson, social media, you're going to have like, you know, HR or whatever. It's a team, okay? And that whole team creates a big wheel that turns, right? It's no different with this team light that we're all part of. We've all got different jobs. If we were all doing the same jobs, feeling the same thing, we'd get absolutely nowhere. You'd be like a bath toy with one flipper going round in circles. So embrace your superpowers, embrace your gifts, and understand what you're doing and why. Does it make it any easier? Absolutely not. I have been wanting to do this video for some days, but I've been in such a dark funk that some days I can do it. I can push my energy aside and I can do a video and chat to you guys and like put it aside. But this one was so monumentally massive, I could hardly breathe from the anxiety and fear. And had I done a video, I probably would have made your energy way worse. So that's why today my fever broke and I'm like, right, let's talk, okay? So yes, for the most of Christmas, I have been in this very, very dark space, but many of you that got plunged into it like I did, it's Christmas vibes. It always happens every year. The energies of the planet is very big before you're even talking about timeline splits or anything like that. So we feel the energy even more. Bearing in mind as well, the 25th of September, September, 25th of December was Wadget's Day, okay? Going forth of the goddess Wadget. Wadget is the snake. She's a powerful protector goddess. You don't mess with her, but she's all about transformation and shedding the skin and everything like that. So those of you that are really clicked into your Egypt frequency, as am I, that and your Kundalini energy, maybe even ayahuasca, I've spoken about it lots, you would have felt that energy quite powerfully. And maybe that's why I get so super sick every Christmas, because I'm very connected to that Egyptian snake frequency energy, right? So there's also that to look at. This is just to help you understand kind of maybe if you've gone deep down into it. So let's go back to what's actually going on with this timeline. The matrix, we're unplugging from it. It's absolute chaos all over the world. Crazy, crazy shit going on, right? So we're unplugging from all of that, right? And we, as shadow workers, the ones that are feeling pretty shit right now, we are really in the trenches up to our armpits in mud. And we're digging and we're digging and we're digging because we're really, what are we doing? We are smashing to pieces this shadow foundation that we have spent eons upon eons putting there in the first place. So imagine it like one big bodysuit, you know, this is where the frustration comes in because you're like, why am I still feeling funky? I just want to feel light. But understand what it is that you are disintegrating for yourself and for the grid. You've spent eons upon eons putting it there. It's been your life's work, okay? And now here we are, the biggest and the most final push. It's going to take it's going to take a bit of a process. So it's a marathon. It can't be done as a sprint. Now I'm saying this because I like to sprint. I do. I don't like to do things slowly or align with it. I want it done, you know, which works for me some days, but when you're in those deep, dark trenches, it doesn't. So what do we need to do with that? We need to align with the process. So we need to unpack it. So what I'm saying is don't feel tired and frustrated and unwell and go, well, I must go to the gym today. That's going to make you feel even worse, right? Some days it works, some days it doesn't. You know, understanding the actual deeper theory of it all, that you've taken eons to put this heavy energy there, this illusion has been there for so long. Understand why you're still in the thick of it. So maybe lying on your bed and sleeping and just being in it. And I know it's not pretty. None of what I'm telling you is actually going to make you feel like, you know, a Disney princess. Not at all. But you're going to actually feel more aligned with the process, and you're going to kind of go, well, this too shall pass, right? What I have just been through now, I've spent a whole holiday with my family in my room, crying, being sick, sleeping, and it's been really intense. And I've just been sick. A lot of us went through Kundalini clearings and Kundalini awakenings only a month ago. So it's actually been relentless. And when you get smacked so hard with this, even though your soul knows it's doing the shadow work and you are very much fulfilling your mission and purpose, because this is what you agreed to do. You're so significant. You are so significant. If only we knew just how much, but I get the idea. But we're so significant, right? But at the time when you're going through it, you feel forsaken, you feel forgotten about, you know, you feel obviously very unwell, and you just feel useless. Absolutely disempowered, useless. But think about that. That is the energy of all those people that are basically sleeping, all those people that are starting to wake up now. They're in all of that. So we need to understand how to unpack this to be able to help them, because that is the mission, right? And this is where we've got a little bit lost. This is where I know I've got lost. You know, yeah, I've got the Tablets of Light tour. I've got all my Egypt work, the HEKA codes and all of that stuff, which I love, and it's my passion, and I just immerse myself in it. But is that my purpose that I've come through to this life? No. As you sit here now and you listen to this video, you have no idea that you will walk through a mall, okay, and your light will touch others, auras will brush, and that's it. That's all you were supposed to come here and do. Brush each other's auras, and then that person has got some codes and they've been activated. I always find myself in malls when I'm feeling very unwell because it kind of grounds me, but now I understand why. Because my superpower, I can hold church with anybody, you know, at the vegetable, broccoli, cauliflower part. When I'm getting my tomatoes, I'll be there for 10, 15 minutes chatting to somebody about light, because we just get chatting. My work there is done. I go home. I used to think that was incredibly insignificant, but the thing is that we've got to flip mode it. That is the work. That is the work. Smiling at people when they look absolutely miserable. You are just a bright starseed walking this planet, and you are just light, period. You know what I mean? So doing an Egypt tour and doing that's just sweets and gravy. That's just sprinkles. If you're writing a book, absolutely. These are your creations, amazing. But the real work was you feeling shit in this time, believe it or not, because you are working like a mofo, and, you know, don't feel that you are inadequate in any shape or form, you know, because not many could do what you're doing. Okay, so I see you, and I acknowledge you, and I thank you, because what you do for yourself, you do for me, and vice versa. So I thank you so much. So I'm going to dive straight in now to the process that I've just been through. Number one, and I think there's like a two-phase process to this. I have my notes. So number one, transitioning out of the matrix. Okay, you'll find that you are, when you're in the deep, dark depths of this, what I call an energetic scramble, okay? So your thoughts are scrambled, your energy's scrambled, meaning that when you get up to try and get yourself out of it, do some yoga. Maybe I should meditate. Let me chat to the gods. Let me read a spiritual book. You find yourself going around in circles trying to grab a hold of something that is going to alleviate this intense darkness, pain, fear, and suffering. It ain't there. It's not going to work because you've been scrambled, right? So when you are scrambled like that, and the mind is just, I mean, when you go through a purge, you get plunged into the head, right? That is why you're working the way you are working, because so does the rest of the world. Those are the peeps that need to wake up. That's why you're feeling it. So when you get energy scrambled, you really, put it this way, when the mind can lock on to something and they'll go, oh, there you go. Let's give that a label. And then that label opens the doorway for the mind to make a story. And then once you've made the story, then you can create a reality, and then it just suspends. because you can't get out of it. It's now a negative belief system because you're seeing the world in a certain way. Think about it. When you're scrambled, that can't happen. Doesn't matter where you're going. The mind can't lock into anything because it's all just scrambled. So you just got to sit in that scramble, which is not nice. It's not pretty at all. It's actually worse than being suspended, actually. But in the long run, it's better. So you'll have this energetic scramble. Okay. So the mind will, if that's not there, the mind will fix onto a false reality and it will last longer. So that's why we've kind of like gone through that process, you know. Now, when you're in that energetic scramble, fear and anxiety is massive. So you'll probably find that your fear is just being off the chain. Your anxiety has just been off the chain. And the reason that kicks in is because you can't understand anything, because you're on the outside of the vortex and it's all very scary and you're basically so 3D. The scramble's going on because you can't understand anything. That brings fear. Fear is just lack of understanding, right? So that's the process that you're in. So you can understand why this leads to that, all right? But am I giving you some coordinates now to get out of this? Not really. Maybe just explaining why your energy is a certain way, because this is the thing. You can't reach out to anything to clear it or whatever, because why? Because you're going to walk through this through your own gifts and abilities and your own energy and your own perseverance. And I call in the energy of Isis now. Lady Isis, the goddess of healing, the goddess of spell casting, the goddess of the moon, but the goddess of perseverance, who lived an earthly life, who went through so much pain and hardship. She went through so much. She understands our pain. She understands our suffering. If you're in it, call her in now, like I've just done for you now. Call her in, because she's the one that, like, you know, she understands this, she gets this, right? So she's gonna basically hold you through this process, right? And then eventually this too shall pass, because there's a big level of trust that you need for this journey right now. And there's no other thing for you apart from trust, okay? So you will not be able to clear it or hand this over to anyone. Why? Because you're going to walk out of this and you've done it on your own. You've pulled up your own Isis frequency, you've pulled up your own Sekhmet frequency, Thoth, whoever it is that you connect with, and you walk triumphant out of this dark, energetic scramble, fog, whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of like the first phase. So that is you on the outside of the vortex. Once you have basically transcended that, transmuted, because it will end, because it has done for me today, then you get propelled to back in the vortex. And I'm using the language of Esther Hicks right now. I have different understandings of this, but like, let's use hers because I love that terminology. Outside the vortex, it's just negative thinking. Inside the vortex, now you're connected back into self because you've just purged something massive, right? Yay you, yay me. So we're now in the center, okay? So now, you know, belief is the block when you're out here, but when you can clear all that shit, then you come here, right? And now, everything is clear. There's clarity because the mind that has now come online. Outside the vortex, it was your biggest enemy. The mind can absolutely destroy you. We all know that. The mind can be the thing that basically drives you to suicide, when it makes you want to leave and go home and all the rest of it, back up to the stars. It can be very, very intense. I know because I suffer this all the time. Or I have suffered this. And when the mind's out there, it's a death sentence. It really is. But then you bring the energy inside and now the mind is on side. Okay, so the mind is now working with you. It's the one that brings the alchemy on. Everything is mental. Everything is mental. So it's working for you, not against you now. So now the mind is going to help you through crystal clear understanding because your energy is clear. Now you can understand. Now the fear and anxiety falls away. Apologies for the noise, guys. So that was a very loud helicopter, so I had to pause for a moment. And there's another one coming, whatever. Very noisy here in Plettenberg Bay. And yesterday I had like sirens for sharks in the bay. And I was like, really, guys? So yeah, anyway, interference, noise, but maybe it means that we're about to take spiritual flight in our helicopters, our spiritual helicopters, who knows? So anyway, I just want to like bring this whole video into kind of like, you know, a point, a summary. I think what I'm actually saying is if you are in this funk, okay, it's really important to understand that there is nothing for you to do, okay? You can try and meditate and everything, but it might be quite resistive, all right? So I want to share with you a video that I saw on TikTok. Oh, it was amazing. And it was to the point. They showed a Bedouin man walking along the desert with his camel. And basically, the sandstorm was coming towards him. And they said what they do is they go down onto all fours. They curl up in a ball and they put their clothing over them and around them. And they're able to breathe, and they just allow the sandstorm to move through them. And yeah, once the storm's gone, they carry on. Now, they also flicked to another video footage of a boat, a massive ship in the Bering Sea or somewhere, huge winds, huge waves. And they said when they're faced with this, they switch the engines off so they can move with the energies. And we know I'm going with this now. You know what the message was when you are faced with such aggressive, intense, overpowering energies and frequencies coming at you, switch your engines off or go into fetal position. This too shall pass. Wait for the storm to pass. And then today is my day of waiting for the storm to pass. Yesterday, I tried to do a video. I recorded it about 8, 9, 10 times, and I got interrupted at every corner. So that's a perfect example of Marie not switching her engines off. So, you know, just I'm giving you permission. I'm kind of giving you the pink ticket, because sometimes we need that. It's okay to do nothing, because you're not supposed to be doing anything. Okay, so just switch your engines off, let the storm move through, and then you'll make sense of it and you dive into action. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going back to Cape Town soon, so expect to get some more videos from me. Now I'm kind of like back online, more ways than one. So I just want to ping on your radar. The link is in bio, or the link is in, if this is YouTube, it'll be in the write-up. And yeah, just pop yourself over there, because we've got all the newsletter signs up and everything. So for more Marie Magick, go to that link. But I just want to put on your radar as well, the HEKA codes. These are really, really powerful codes that you activate within your being, your system. They are this is your magic and medicine. And we work with the gods Sia, Hu, and HEKA, the 3 creator gods, even though there's a lot of Egyptian creator gods. We have a project, an intention, something that you want to bring online, a way of being, whatever it might be. But we're activating your alchemy codes within you, your potent powers of creation, okay? And we work with those energies to be able to bring what you think is impossible possible, okay? That's alchemy, right? So the HEKA code. So if you have woken up into 2023 and you're like, right, this is the year to do this is what's happening, and that's going to be for a lot of us, then the HEKA codes is definitely for you. 3 private sessions, and yeah, anyway, the link is in that link is within the link. And then also as well, the Tablets of Light Tour 2023, which is like now, very exciting. The tour's actually gone through a massive upgrade. It started to upgrade end of 2022. I could feel it. The purpose of the tour. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about it, because I'll probably do a separate video on it. But the Tablets of Light tour, for those that are really serious about their path, that want to get stuck in and kind of activate the HEKA codes plus a whole lot more, work with the temples, really get clear on their mission and purpose, big creations, co-create with others, all of the above. And it's the Egypt codes that actually come online within you. And if you are really plugged into Egypt, this pricks your ears up, right? Because when you know, you know. So this is for all my Egypt peeps out there. So watch out for the videos. I'll be talking in depth about all the new information and frequency that's coming through for the Tablets of Light tour. Because like I say, it is going through a huge upgrade. But then again, so are we. So, you know. Anyway, love and light, y'all. And yeah, just keep on trucking. And I hope this video helps. I really, really do. And if you're in the thick of it, man, holding it down for you. But you're going to come out of it, because I just did. Love and light, y'all.